Alright, we're graphing secant, and our equation for this secant function, which is the reciprocal of the cosine function, is y equals 3 secant 2x minus pi plus 1. Our first step here will be to factor out b value, which is 2, and to get our next equation, 3 secant 2 parentheses x minus pi divided by 2, close parentheses, and plus 1. So if you have been watching our other videos, our sine and our tangent videos, you will notice all these numbers seem familiar, and it is the same equation, except we're using different functions. Instead of sine or tangent, we're using secant. And the main purpose for this is to show the contrast and the similarities between these functions, and by using the same a, b, h, and k values, you can understand that more clearly. And a quick overview of our a, b, and h and k values. All were mentioned in sine and or tangent videos, if you want to go watch those for more in-depth on this, but I'll just give a quick overview. A is equal to 3, b is equal to 2, and h is equal to pi over 2, and k is equal to 1. And we are having our tick marks, which are also the same as the sine and tangent functions we had earlier. If you want to go see on how to get these tick marks, go to the sine video, as that is where we talked about them more in depth. Basically, you get the period, which is just 2 pi over b, and then you divide the period by 4 to get your tick mark width, and you go from the h value on and on. So that's a basic, simple overview. It's more in depth in those videos. And next, we'll start with our graph. So we have our h value here, which is pi over 2, and you can see our cosine graph, which we have graphed in order to find asymptotes, and how we're going to draw parabolas here. And you can see it is at the maximum 4, which is determined by the asymptote, again, 3. And this is also because we have our k value at 1, which is our new x-axis, so to speak, and that will make it go up 3, which is 4, 1 plus 3, and go for the minimum, which is 1 minus 3, which is negative 2, also shown here. And our minimum is here at negative 2 on our cosine graph. And you can see our graph here. This is in order to show our asymptotes, which will be at our new x-axis, so to speak. And this is the same step we used in the tangent video. So let's draw those asymptotes in. And you can see that right there. And then the difference here is, well, in the tangent, you mainly needed to know what the zeros were. Here, you also need to know the min and max values and where they're occurring. So here we have our function with our asymptotes. Let's draw in our secant function here real quick with the cosine, and you can see where there is a maximum in the cosine function, you see the parabola figure shape going towards infinity, and where there is a minimum in the cosine function, you see it going towards negative infinity. Well, in the tangent, it looked more like a cubic function that crossed the axis, or new x-axis, so to speak. Here, it's not doing that, and that is one of the differences between tangent and secant. And so that is the main step here. That is what you really need to know. And let's remove our cosine function, and you get our finished product, our secant graph. Thank you for watching.